Hello, my name is Montrez Hawkins, and today I'll be telling the story of Yasuke, the Black Samurai. Shking! That was the noise of the katana coming out of the sheath. First things first, got some bottle of sake, because it's rice wine from Japan. You just want to stay culturally correct. 1579 in feudal era Japan. I think that's how you pronounce it. Feudal era Japan. So there's this Roman Catholic missionary named Alessandro. He was out on a mission to make everybody Catholic everywhere. And so that brought him to Japan. He was a man of the arts, of the cultures. He was very well versed. He actually made sure his crew beforehand knew how to speak the native tongue before they got there, because he wanted to be respectful, which I respect, man. It's fucking awesome. Somewhere along his travels as being a missionary, he came across what they would call a servant. He was a young black man, dark skinned, from East Africa. And his actual name wasn't Yasuke, like his birth name, but somehow along the line, he got that name. So Yasuke, he was like 6'2", strong black man, chocolate as hell, rolling around with Alessandro. He was his bodyguard. He had them hands, you know what I'm saying? Take care of business. Now, Japan is fucking just enthralled by this shit, because they ain't never seen a black man before. A lot of people haven't, outside of pretty much anywhere that wasn't doing some type of slave trade shit with Africa. And Japan wasn't really exactly there. They say this tall ass black dude walking around, they're just like, oh my God, is he a deity? Or is he like a demon? Like, is he here to hurt us or to help us? Or like, what's going on? Yasuke and Alessandro, they were in Japan for about maybe 2 years before they meet Oda. Okay, Nobu nigga. Nobunaga. Oda Nobunaga. All right. He was one of the most influential Japanese leaders out there. You can wiki this shit. And so when he got word of Yasuke stepping up in the land, he's like, oh my God, like I gotta get a whiff of this blackness. So he so he came up and he came with his crew. He's like, hey, Yasuke, like, your name's Yasuke, right? Like, why'd your skin like that? And dude's like, I've been like this my whole life. And he's like, what? He just literally refused to believe it. Literally refused. You know what he did? This is ignorant shit. He fucking had his crew take off Yasuke's shirt, get soap and water, and scrub his skin. Because he was dark skinned, and he literally was like, there has to be dirt or war paint or something. Right? Offensive as fuck. But anyway, they scrubbed him until at some point they realized, like, oh, nothing's happening. And then they're like, oh my God, this dude's just like this. And then Nobunaga, he's like, wow, I have interest in this dude. I want to be his best friend. So he invites him into his domain. He's like loaded as shit. And you got this dude in here living lavish. It's like the movie The Blind Side. Like, fucking dude bringing in, you know what I'm saying, black dude into his riches and shit. Oh, a little fun fact. Back then, only 10% of the Japanese population were honored enough to be considered samurais. And Nobunaga liked Yasuke so much, not only just for his looks and his blackness, but also because he had them hands. He was taking them around in battles with them. This dude's 6'2", like that's really tall in Japan. Dude, like they had that fucking advantage, man. He was the ringer. So like after a battle or two, he's like, you're gonna be an official weapon bearer of my army or whatever they call it back then. He's my Legion of Doom. He's being treated like an honorary, samurai, respect and stuff and all that good stuff. And Nobunaga is like literally just killing shit. He's just like one of the biggest influencers on YouTube. No, that just seems like a natural thing to say after. He was the Logan Paul of the 1500s. So they're besties and he killing shit and shit. And so one fucked up day, right? He let his guard down because one day him and all of his crew, including Yasuke, they went to this retreat. Now, nobody outside of their forces were supposed to know about this retreat. Literally, it's supposed to be a fucking all-inclusive, like, resort just for them. Very nice. Something like Four Seasons. And there's a traitor on their side who told the enemies about them. One of Naga's generals, his name, I think, started with an M. We're gonna call him Mike. M for Mike. So Mike, anyway, he tells the enemies about it, and they surround the fucking place. And they go in and they attack, and Yasuke and the crew's trying to fight back, but they literally aren't even armed, so they're getting fucking slaughtered left and right. And then Nobunaga is forced to commit seppuku. He killed himself honorably because they surrounded him. He had nowhere to go, and they forced him to. That was the samurai way. You had to kill yourself whenever you literally were admitting defeat. Yasuke actually survived that battle, and he ran off to find Nobu's heir, whose name I'm not even gonna try. He finds his heir, and he's like, all right, I couldn't fucking serve Nobu correctly and save him, so I'm gonna serve you now. So then he goes off, and then they fight another battle against the same crew, and they get their asses whooped too. And then Nobu's heir ends up committing seppuku as well. And so they expected Yasuke to do the same, but Yasuke said, hell no. So Yasuke is from the Western world, and in the Western world, the more common practice whenever you're defeated by an enemy is to just give them your weapon and offer your allegiance / slavery to them, pretty much become a servant, if you will, which is probably how he ended up where he ended up anyway. So he did that, and then the dude who conquered him, he's just like, he obviously doesn't know the customs, so we're not even going to waste our time killing him, which in that time in Japan is actually more disrespectful than anything. And so anyway, this is the part of Yasuke's story where shit gets really, really blurry because they stopped having scriptures of it at this point. I don't know if that's the right word. Documentation. Anyway, we don't know what happened to Yasuke for real. Apparently, a few different sources say that they sent him to the nearest Roman Catholic church, which is, again, where he started off at with this whole story in Japan. And so he could have went there and fucking finished out his life there, or he could have died in battle. Nobody really knows. Anyway, that's the story of Yasuke, the black samurai from 1500s. R.I.P. to the real one. I'm gonna pour one out. Pour one out for him. My homie Yasuke. For you, homie.